Good morning, Card Media. It's RJ back with another video, so let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day. Got a little VHS tape I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace. It's not about Mike Schmidt, but because I collect everything Mike Schmidt and any publication that has Mike Schmidt on the cover, this fits right in. VHS tape of greatest sports legends, and there's Mr. Schmidt on the cover. This is like the National League Dream Team. Not even sure who did this because they got this like maybe this is who it is. Rottenfeld video, maybe from Ballackinwood. I don't even know because it's kind of covered up. But there's the layout. There's the lineup, I should say, of the what they considered at the time. When was this made? 1988. So these were the greatest position players at each position, according to whoever made this. I have no clue. Burt Rottenfeld did it. He was the executive producer, so yeah. It has Schmidt on the cover, so in my mind, it's a Mike Schmidt collectible. That's how I see things. So anyway, today's random baseball item of the day. One of these things, sometimes I wonder why I keep these things. Just random things I've picked up, Phillies related in the past. This is 2010 postseason thing you were supposed to hold up. Take a look, go Phils. Everybody at the stadium was supposed to hold these up during the game, intimidate the other players as we were made our way to the World Series. You can see the image right there probably is after Roy Halladay pitched the perfect game down in Florida that year. So this was chasing history. He would have been in his Phillies home uniform if it was the one from the division series. But this, you can see, this has got a lot of players from the 2010 team. It's all crinkled and torn and tattered, but I just haven't been able to just toss it in the trash. It's just, how could you possibly do that to something as great as this that has baseball as its theme and the Phillies in particular? So it sits on my shelf in some obscure place, and I forget about it until once in a while I look through and find it, and blah, 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 blah. So, anyway, today's trivia question, in keeping with the all-star theme. Pretty easy one for anybody who knows anything about this sport. The all-star team managers are typically the two managers who won the World Series the previous year. First all-star game was in 1933. That is not how they selected the managers at that time, since they didn't have that, they had not yet established that tradition. But who were the de facto managers for the first all-star game? Name both the American League manager and the National League manager. What you're playing for again, two cards from the 2003 Topps Gallery Hall of Fame edition. You have two White Sox here. Eddie Collins, legendary player from the golden era of baseball back in the early days. And then Louis Aparicio, from the Go-Go Sox, Little Louie. So those are the two cards you're playing for. All you got to do is email me an answer. I will include my email in the description below, along with the repeat of the question. You'll have today and tomorrow to answer. We'll pick a winner on Sunday on that one, all right? Good luck to everybody there. Today, what I'm showing off, I've been going through my goals status, an update of my goal status for this year. And my goal status for this year focused around three different sets. My 1982 Kmart box set of baseball players. I finished that, actually. My all-time great Phillies PSA set registry, which I was down to 8, but they added 9. I've already acquired 9 this year, so I'm probably have met my goal, because my original goal was to get 8. After they added the 9, it still was to get 8, but I got 9, so I still need 8 for next year. I don't think I'm going to spend more money getting those. However, the third goal was to add to my collection of E95 Caramel cards. I'm trying to put the whole set together. I've been doing that for what day is this? 3 years. This is my third year working on that project because I get a certain number every year. So there are 25 cards in the total set. Some of them are very, very pricey. Some of the bigger name Hall of Famers. And I've limited myself to 6 a year for 4 years, and then by the time the 5th year comes around, hopefully having squirreled away some pennies and nickels and loose change between the couch cushions, so I could get the final card all by itself that year, which would be the Honus Wagner card, which in any condition regularly sells for as a 5-figure card. So that would be the most insane amount of money I ever spent on a card, but I'm going to do my best to do it. So this year, again, my goal was to pick up 6. I have 4 so far. Let me show you the 4 I've picked up. We'll talk a little bit about the next 2 I'm looking for. So here's the 4 I picked up already. 1909 E95 Caramel Harry Krause. He was on the Philadelphia Athletics at the time. It's a PSA 2 marked. I'm not sure where the actual mark is. Well, there's some staining on the back, but I don't know that I see a quote-unquote mark unless this was an erased. It might be an erased pencil. Yeah, I think that is. It's an erased pencil statement right there. So that's the first one I picked up. The second one I picked up, Tommy Leach in an SGC 40 or VG3, whatever you want to call it. Tommy Leach was on the Pirates back in the day, obviously a teammate of Honus Wagner's. And we went a little bit bigger. I got a Fred Merkle, legendary Fred Merkle for his Merkle's Boner. Look it up if you don't know all about it. Another VG, SGC 40, VG3, old school SGC slabs. And then obviously if you've been following my channel, you saw when I showed this one off, I was thrilled to have this. It's in battered condition, but overall still looks pretty darn good. A Christy Mathewson playing era card. PSA 1, poor, huge crease, almost torn down the middle there. But the image at least is still in really decent shape. It really is. So my goal this year is to get 2 more. I might be going to the National itself. I do have intentions to go. That was another one of my goals, was to go to the National. I'm gearing up to actually go to the YouTube gathering. Whether or not I go to the actual show the next day, I can't say. But I definitely am eyeing up going to the YouTube gathering. So, but if I go to the National, the 2 cards left that I want to get this year are, one of them is going to be my first ever comic card, because I'm going to go after the Eddie Plank. The Eddie Plank. Most of the time I see it, it's selling for around $1,200 in even in a PSA 1 or a poor card. I really don't see it under $1,000. So that'll be the first. That'll be the big one. The second one, I want to spend more than normal, simply because next year I got to go after the Cobb. Anyway, the other one I want to pick up this year, maybe it's going to be either the Chief Bender, which is another Hall of Famer I don't have, or the Eddie Sycott, which typically runs, both of them typically run $500 or $600 for those 2 cards. So I'd like to get both of those, well, at least one of them this year as well, and that way I can have not so many pricey cards when I go after the Cobb next year, because the Cobb in any grade is a minimum $2,000 card. So yeah, so that is my goals recap. I'm pretty much done 2 of my goals. I still have 2 more to go after. One is to get 2 more E95 cards. The other is to get to the National. So there you have it. This whole week was my goals recap for the my halfway mark, my goals update video. So hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please consider like, subscribing, commenting, all that jazz. I really do appreciate your support. Come back again on Sunday for the trivia recap, if you will. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. Take care.